Hey guys, we're back in the basement again. Today I thought we'd take a look at my Tempest cabinet. I've got kind of a mix of 90s and 80s arcade machines down here, kind of something for everybody. And to be honest, I was a kid that grew up, mostly it was 90 arcade games that I played, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Tekken to Mortal Kombat. And I've kind of only recently discovered the old arcade classics from the 80s besides Pac-Man. I think everybody's played that in Galaga. But these games are a lot more fun than I ever gave credit for. They are so much harder than some of even the arcade machines of the 90s. It's just the simplistic of some of the games. It's just something really to appreciate. And I've also got to be honest, these machines like this Tempest and the Star Wars next to it, these vector monitors are just drop dead gorgeous. There's a glow on the monitor here that I don't think this camera is going to capture. This almost looks like a laser beam shooting across it. And it's just... if you ever had an asteroids cabinet in black and white, just seeing how the shots fired just literally glow like the radioactive on the screen. It's just something that a raster monitor can't produce. Like I said, this camera's probably not doing it justice. But long story short, I got this Tempest cabinet as part of a package between that, the Star Wars, and the asteroids cabinet across the room. At that time, I had no vector arcade machines at all in my collection. I've been after this for quite a while. I've always loved the artwork on the Tempest cabinet. It's kind of unique if you've never seen it before. It's beautifully drawn, and the coloring is great, especially for a cabinet in 1981 when this thing came out. Not that the graphics really mimic what's on the screen, but it really is just great artwork. Later in the 90s, they just slap a miniature logo on an arcade machine because a lot of times they came as an upgrade kit. A lot of the machines just lost the full graphics on the side of the arcade machines. This is kind of a shame. I think for a lot of operators, it's just about selling upgrade kits versus, really custom new arcade machines. What I mean by that, if you look at Atari Crystal Castles, it's almost a work of art compared to the plain Jane machines you would see out there later. But taking a look at this control panel here, Atari's known for their volcano buttons right here. These are kind of very unique. They're actually kind of hard to find too if you need to replace one. But luckily they don't break very often. But this goes back to what I was talking about the screen here, just how it glows. It really is kind of hard to pick this up on camera here. We'll try to get some actual gameplay footage here. Long story, this machine did not work when I got it. It and the Star Wars both were completely dead for different reasons. Basically the pokey chip on the Tempest was completely gone and had to be replaced. Same thing, there was a bad pokey chip on the Star Wars, and there was a couple of bag of passwords that leaked out on the motherboard. It's funny, I got these boards back from rework. I was so excited to have these back in the arcade, and this machine was not active not even a full week before it died again. In this case it was an Atari AR2 power supply that died on it. And I had to completely rebuild that myself. A future video, I will probably show you guys my hardware lab that I have for fixing and repairing arcade machines. But don't get me wrong, I'm still an amateur in a lot of ways. There are still things that I can't do myself, but luckily I've met quite a few people who can help me, and I send stuff out for rebuild quite often, especially if I don't have the time to do it. But let me get some gameplay here. Give me a few minutes to set the tripod, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we are back, and I'm not the greatest at Tempest, but we're going to give her a shot here. I'm going to go up a... Well, I'm definitely not good at this game.